All right, so today we're going to talk about green smoothies. If any of you know me, you know how much I love green smoothies. They are a powerhouse of nutrition, and they take the smallest amount of time in your kitchen, minimum amount of time, for the biggest impact. With one green smoothie, you can get more nutrition than most people get all day long. The one I'm going to make today is one for blood sugar stabilizing. I hear a lot from diabetics that they can't have green smoothies, and that's not true. I'm here to help you know how you can get this nutrition in your body without making that blood sugar spike. Another thing real quick I love about green smoothies is they're great for everybody. They're great for kids, they're great for teenagers, they're great for the pickiest eaters if you know how to make them and make them right, and they're super adaptable to any diet, anything that you might need. So I'm going to start with my blender, and I always start with the liquid first, and I start with a cup to a cup and a half of liquid. I'm starting with almond milk. Almond milk is, it's great for smoothies. It makes it really creamy and rich and tastes better. It also has a ton of calcium in it, which is super great. So I like to start with that. You can also start with water, coconut milk if you're doing a tropical one, any kind you want. Then I always do my greens next, because if you get the frozen stuff or the chunkier stuff at the bottom, it's harder for your blender to do its job. So I start with the greens. Today I'm doing spinach. Spinach is a great starter green. If you're just starting with green smoothies, it's a great one to start with because it has a very mild flavor. And so that is always a good one to go with. I like to pack it in all the way down. As you get used to green smoothies, you can then start adding kale and chard and beet greens and all sorts of other greens. Greens are an amazing food, and we just don't get enough of them. And that's why I love doing it with smoothies, because you can pack in so many more greens than you can eat in a salad. And one thing about greens that are awesome is they are the lowest calorie, highest macronutrient food on the planet. I could talk about greens and the benefits of greens for hours, but we don't have that much time, so I won't. But if you're just starting, for kids or just starting and your taste buds are still really used to sweet, then romaine and spinach are a great starter. Then the next thing I'm going to put in is blueberries. And I'm going to add in a cup of blueberries. And blueberries are a great fruit to add if you are trying to keep your blood sugar stabilized. It's really low on the glycemic index, which is great. They have tons of phytonutrients, so many amazing benefits, and it adds that little bit of sweetness if you're still wanting that sweetness and not having just a purely green smoothie. Another trick to add sweetness is, one of my favorite tricks, is cinnamon. Cinnamon is an amazing blood sugar balancer, and it also helps sweeten. It's an amazing spice that way. It makes things taste sweeter even when there's no extra sugars added. And I just do a tiny pinch. If you really love the flavor, you can do more. But for this purpose of just trying to make it taste a little bit sweeter, I like to do it that way. Then the next thing I add to make it a complete meal and to make sure you're balancing the protein, fiber, and fat is a good, strong protein powder. There's a lot of protein powders out there, and a lot of them are highly processed and quite dangerous, in my opinion. So I love to use a plant-based, raw, non-soy-based protein powder. I'm using vanilla. You can use whatever flavor you like. And then the next thing I want to add is a fat. There's so many wonderful fats you can add into your smoothies to make it a complete meal and make sure those blood sugars are balanced so you have stable energy all day long. But I'm going to add some almond butter. I forgot a spoon. That's okay. we'll just use our finger. So I do a tablespoon of almond butter in there, and I do a tablespoon of almond butter for women, 2 tablespoons for men. Like I said, you can do coconut oil, you could add in avocado, shredded coconut. There's so many options. Flax oil, but I love the flavor. It kind of gives it like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich flavor. I'm just going to wash off my hands real quick. There we go. All right. And that is it. It's simple and fast and delicious. And now it's going to be loud for a minute. You just put your blender on and you... Okay, here we go. Go. So this one isn't the most beautiful of colors. So if you're giving it to a newbie, do not put it in a clear jar. They might stick their nose up at it. But if you're used to it, it tastes delicious and it's just fine. That's also another tip for kids that's great, is if the green color freaks them out, then you can go ahead and put it in a cut jar that is not clear, and then they can drink it. So anyway, let me give it a try. It was so good. So it's perfect for breakfast, lunch, snacks, and on the go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.